Is the former executive secretary, Movement for Islamic Culture and Awareness, Suleiman Dainde Olokodana. Yeah, I got it this time. Good morning.
Good morning. It's nice to be here again.
Right, it's good to have you. Now let's talk about the, would I call it controversies surrounding the dates, the sighting of the moon to determine, okay, when the fast will end and when it wouldn't end. You know, all of that determined, you know, that there was some level of confusion, controversy, whether it should be Thursday, Friday, or Wednesday rather. And finally, the Sultan came out sometime late yesterday to say that the moon had been sighted.
Had been or had not been?
Or had not been sighted, rather, yeah. So that the fast continues today. So hoping that the moon will be sighted today.
Yes, so the injunction is when you sight the moon, start. When you sight the moon, stop. Yeah. Basic principle. So how do you sight it? Right. And who gets to sight it? Over the years, with praise for the Sultan, he has done a lot of work with regards to setting up a moon sighting committee, who actually are saddled with the responsibility of looking for the moon. So what happens is that when they get good reports, they feed him back, and then he makes that announcement. So the injunction also says that if you don't see the moon on the 29th, then count your month to be 30, which is what has happened now. It's a pity that over the years we get into this up and down thing, and I think that hopefully with the years to come, with the efforts that the Supreme Council has been making over the years, things will get clearer. It's a process, it's a long one as it is. It's still some kind of shame that we are still in here with all of the scientific things that we could do. Because really, now we use telescopes to sight, and then people have gone into the science of how the moon is born, when it is seen, and all of that. Just to, you know, because I'm not an expert in that field, but I know that the moon is usually sighted after the Maghrib prayers, which is at around 7. Right. And sometimes it shows up for just a few minutes. So that's when it's sighted, and it is dependent on what the weather conditions are, the expertise of the person sighting, and what they call conjunction, where the moon is born and when it will be visible. But what is useful that I have found useful over the years is that we should use science to know when we cannot see it. So there are certain times that science will tell you that you cannot see the moon now. So anybody that comes with an announcement that it has been sighted, we know that science negates that. Why? Because science is getting as precise as you can get. It will tell you the eclipse is going to happen at this time, on this day. And we believe that. So I don't know why there's controversy with regards to the moon. It's not a special moon. It's just the same moon that we have. And I think the controversy for this time around has also been as a result of the early announcement of the two public holidays. Yeah. Usually we're given a day after, so people are expected maybe Thursday or Friday. Yeah. And then, of course, because Friday is the weekend, it gives us a stretch, and then people are more disposed towards that. So with now waiting for the announcement by the Sultan, it created this kind of, is it today, is it not today, July fast, July not fast? So that's basically it. But, you know, the principles are very simple if we really do want to follow it. And then we use science to negate sightings, not to affirm. Affirmation as a result of let the moon sighting committee do its work. Absolutely. You know, and then, you know, get back to us on what needs to be done. And we just pray that we get better with time. Absolutely.
Now, let's talk about the Eid celebration itself, because that's the essence. That's what we will be getting into after today, hopefully. Yes, hopefully. And it is celebrated differently in various countries. Talk to us about the key traditions of this celebration and its significance.
Oh yes, so it's the end of the fasting. It's a time of joy, it's a time of community, it's a time of coming together. It's basically we go for prayers in the morning, just a congregational prayer, like we call it Eid prayer. It's usually done in an open, you know, air, and so that it can accommodate as many people as possible. We'll go in our finest robes. This when, you know, the Yoruba say ashodun, which is the cloth for that, and it's something that the kids look forward to, and also the adults. It's a bittersweet experience because you've had so much spirituality over the last 30 or 29 days, and that feeling of, oh, it's gone, when will I see the next one, and all of that. For the older ones and the more knowledgeable ones amongst us, we are happy, but at the same time you are a bit withdrawn that, oh, where will that spirituality be as it was before? So we are enjoying to go all out, celebrate with our family, with our community. I wanted to also let us, because we are in a different period right now. COVID is still very much around with us. Please let us maintain, the protocols that the authorities have, put forward. Maintain your social distancing. You don't have to be crowded so that we don't constitute super spreader events. Because one of the things, apart from getting the vaccine that we have been doing, is also those things, the wearing of the mask, hygiene, social distances. We'll still, until everything is sorted out and this terrible virus doesn't move, is when we can stop it. So while the celebrations will be low-key, we should be careful. Again, maintain all the social protocols, the protocols that has been mentioned. But it's a time for celebration. It's a time when you can, come together and just be happy that we are here after the 30 days of
But then
fast.
again, the government authorities are saying it is a time to also look at praying for the country.
Oh, yes.
Which is very crucial at a time like this. Pray for the country, and also the lessons that should be drawn from the moment of fasting, talking about ensuring that people live together in harmony.
Yes, I think that will probably be the most important message for this Eid that we are going to have. I suspect a lot of the imams and the people that will be saying the prayers will dwell on that, where we should pray for our nation. We are here. It's like you're in a car and your president is the driver. Do you begin to slap and abuse that driver, or do you distract him? You pray for him to get you there safely. You also do your bit by praying fervently, by also helping the authorities in whichever way you can. There's no point bad-mouthing our country or our nation, because nobody else will fix it for us. And we are known to be prayer warriors in Nigeria. So at the extent that we should take this time out to, as we celebrate with our friends and family, set up time to pray for the nation, as we have been praying for the last 29 or 30 days. The lessons that Ramadan has come to teach us, we should also exude that by loving our fellow man, being kind to humanity, and knowing that as Muslims it is important that you are seen as that beacon of hope, as that beacon of light that comes to shine through. Let's do as much as possible as we can with regards to just helping each other and just being, as we know we are, kind people. Kindness is not expensive. Kindness is something that we should all extend to one another. All these killings doesn't do anything for anybody. And then criminality also should be labeled as criminality. Let us help our security officials as much as we can, to the best of our own ability, and just pray for them that God will see us through.
So as much as there are lessons, there are also blessings.
Oh yeah.
What are the blessings attached to those who were able to faithfully follow through?
I'll go back to what we had mentioned, before the Ramadan started. The hope is that if we had gone through it properly, we would be spiritually high and uplifted. We would be able to give more and be less antagonistic to each other. We'll be more cordial, we'll be more kind, we'll be more favorably disposed to helping one another. So the lessons of Ramadan, basically, as I said in the last time I was here, was to understand that God consciousness has to come with responsibilities as well. We mentioned this acronym of fasting.
Yes.
The hope is that the fasting, hopefully we had gone through that. You had fasted with all your limbs, with all your heart, with all your mind. It's not just abstaining from food and the other things. You had also controlled yourself, anger management, be kind to one another, learn to listen first before you respond, and then your spiritual level has been uplifted, hopefully, So you are praying more for yourself, for your family, and for the nation. You have spent your time well. Like myself, I gave myself a commitment to take a break off technology, especially social media. And I thank Allah that I have been able to do that.
Detoxify.
Yes, so don't go back to spreading those things that are not true, that you can't verify.
Yeah.
Leave it to people like you who have spent years and have the tools and the skills to verify news before you begin to just share graciously. You know, so take that time out. Time utilization is important. It's also continuation of that. Then the introspection, you know, where were you? Where are you now? How many people did you assist? How many programs did you attend? How many lectures did you listen to? What lessons did you take from them? And then the neighborliness. It's important.
All right.
What is wrong with your neighbor will be wrong with you. Learn to look out for one another. And then of all of these things, be grateful. How grateful are you? Not a lot of people that started Ramadan ended it.
Yeah.
You know, and then, you know, that gratitude to show that, look, you are not here of your own free will. It's God that just makes things possible. That we are here this morning is as a result. You know, when I was on my way here, I was hoping that there will not be traffic and all of that. But even with that, you still say a prayer when you leave your house. And you say a prayer when you get back.
Absolutely.
You know, so let's just continue in those things that we've been doing. The lessons of Ramadan will be evident in the next 10 days or so. It's like you've been to a workshop.
It should be evident for.
So what I mean
the
is
rest
that
of the year.
so tomorrow when there's no fast,
Yes.
are you going to go back to those things that you left?
Right. Okay.
You know, and how long have you? Hopefully, you have been energized for the next Ramadan to come, and may God make us witness the next coming one and many more.
All right.
Inshallah.
Thank you so much, former Executive Secretary, Movement for Islamic Culture and Awareness, Sulaiman. Thank you so much for
Thank you for having me.